All right. So now we gotta put on the good talking pants because we gotta do some official stuff here. All
Okay.
right. So, by the way, there's a good portion of this pre-interview that'll be included. Just probably not the potty words because it's
Sure.
not necessarily kid focused event, but there are going to be folks of the younger nature watching these events and seeing who's going to be performing.
Yep.
So, first questions. Where are you from?
Are you talking about the band
No,
or?
no, no. Y'all individually.
Oh,
Oh, well, I am from Fayetteville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about uh, 30 miles north of the state line, north of the Alabama state line. But I've lived in North Alabama for the majority of my adult life, so I haven't strayed too far. I'm local.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not local. I moved down here from Wisconsin around I think 2003, 2004.
Have you given
So
up your cheesehead roots yet?
not yet. I think I still have my cheese head in the attic. So, but yeah, it was a whole different. What's the word I'm looking for? Scenery.
Do you miss them snowy winters?
Yeah.
Every truck's got to have a plow.
Hmm.
I was born in Chicago, and then
What part?
six, but right outside of Melrose,
Okay.
and
Okay.
6 months into my birth, we moved down here to Alabama. So I've pretty much been down here my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I've moved a lot, lived in Texas, Tennessee, Mississippi, but I mean my roots are here in North Alabama,
Awesome.
out in Moulton. I graduated from Hatton, and that's pretty much where I've been the whole time.
There's gonna be a lot of people that don't know that name. There's gonna be a lot of people that know that name.
Hatton,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be a lot of people that don't have a clue where Hatton is, but I will tell you what they're going to know is they're going to know Town Creek and Hazelwood because back when I was in high school, I had to play football against almost every person who got a scholarship to the University of Alabama that graduated from Hazelwood High School because those guys were phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
All the Goods, Terrence Lynch, all of them, and I had to play football against them. So,
I mean, what else you gonna do in the country except play football, drive around
oh,
Walmart?
that's exactly
Right.
right. That's exactly right.
All right. So, what got you into music?
All right, so me, um, I think I came out of the womb singing. Uh, I come from a musical family. My mother was a fantastic singer. My dad is a great singer. My brother. I grew up singing. I grew up, uh, Southern girl in Tennessee, singing in church every Sunday morning, and
That's how most of us got there.
yeah, and then I just I've actually kind of experimented through all different kinds of genres of music. To be honest with you, I started out singing, like I said, gospel music, and then I started singing country music, and then I went into kind of some sort of soft rock sort of era stuff, and then I was actually in a metal band, and now I'm now I'm back in country rock with a blues twist. So I'm across the board.
Nice.
Well, I guess when I first picked up music, my buddy had a guitar and he wanted someone to play bass with him. And he had a four-string bass that had five-string bass strings on it. So I said, okay. And I picked it up, and that's honestly how I started playing bass. And then I took some lessons. I played in the pit for
Okay.
high school marching band, and honestly, I really only played metal and hard rock up until this country band. and it's hard trying to write some of these tunes and not want to do, gallops or 16th notes at 200 BPM. Kind of really, maybe if I was playing banjo, it would work, but I can't play banjo. So.
It ain't country unless there's a fiddle in the band. Just remember.
That's right.
Yep.
I've always been around music. My dad played guitar. My uncle played guitar. We would always get together for family reunions, and everybody would sit around and pick and sing. And I never really started getting serious about playing drums until actually right before MTV got really, really popular. I remember I would have these plastic hangers, and I would snap them so I could use them as drumsticks, and I would air drum to all the MTV videos that would come on. Motley Crue was huge back in the day, and all the 80s stuff was just thriving. And that's pretty much how I started playing. And I found out really quick, like, because I play by ear, that when you're watching somebody play the drums, and then you see what note they're hitting while you're watching the video, you can emulate that. So that's what I started doing with my little broken hanger sticks as drumsticks, little plastic sticks, and the 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 progression was rather easy for me, because once I actually sat behind a real drum set, I was like, oh, okay, here's the kick, here's the snare, here's your toms, there's the hi-hat. So watching it and emulating it from the MTV videos, it was super easy for me to just sit down and start playing the songs. Now, like what Jay just got finished saying, no, I can't do double bass, and I'm not a Art Cruz from Lamb of God, or Vinnie Paul from Pantera, any stretch of the imagination, because I'm just not that fast. But I feel like I can hold my own. But yeah, I've been playing for 25 plus years, so I feel like I have fine tuned my craft.
Nice. All right. So, what are your musical influences?
That's an easy one for me. Elvis Presley and Winona Judd.
Power couple of the '60s.
Well, I think my musical influence was Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
A little bit
Mine,
screamo.
yeah, mine is probably everything but rap. I never really, I mean, country, rock, metal. I just really can't get into the rap, because for me personally, and I don't mean this bad in any stretch of the imagination, but it's not because it's the same thing. It's all techno, and there's not someone actually sitting behind. Now, there is somebody sitting behind the drums when they go on tour, because, of the union, and they got to put somebody on the stage and this and another. But a lot of these rap groups, they don't. They just get up there and they hire a DJ. But it's not the same for me. There's no feeling there. And yeah, every musical genre for me, country, rock, metal, all of it, except for rap, is what I really, really like. And that's what influences me.
So, what would you think about like Lincoln Park that has a DJ behind a full band?
So that's a totally different situation, where you actually have a full band, but you have a DJ back there doing his. So you take that and you infuse it into an actual song. They're still rapping, because whatever, I can't remember the dude's name, that killed himself.
Chester Bennington.
Yeah, Chester Bennington. I mean, he was still rapping, but he would launch into choruses, and he would have this awesome voice where he would be screaming one, kind of like In Flames and Soilwork. You would be screaming a verse, but then you would launch into a chorus, and it'd be like, where did that voice come from? Why haven't you been using that? Corey Taylor's another perfect example from Slipknot. It's like you you, you scream in one band, but then you actually sing in the other. So to me, I think that's just straight up talent, and you just can't teach that. So yeah, I like some of the stuff where you've got the DJs in the bands, because you actually have a full band playing your instruments instead of somebody back there emulating a drum set or some other instrument. So that's just me. But everybody's got their own opinion.
So, what do you guys do for fun?
Drink.
Fun? Let's see.
Work.
What do I do for fun?
You go
I,
to work at the wedding chapel.
Oh,
I
yeah,
need to
yeah.
think about this.
You plan weddings for fun.
I do. I plan. Yeah, I have a side gig. I'm a wedding planner
Nice.
on weekends, and so sure, that's fun. I
I
like
can
to
tell.
bake. I like to bake. There you go. I'm a
Baking.
good baker.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
tell me about your most recent concert that you attended.
Oh, that I attended. Billy, you're going to have to go
God.
because you attended the one most recently.
Yeah, I went and saw Lamb of God in Pantera over at Ameris Bank Amphitheater, and they absolutely did not disappoint. I mean, Zach Wild, you can't get any better. Charlie Benante, and you got Rex and Phil coming back in and filling. I mean, it's just a lot of people make fun of them because they call them the Pantera tribute band, but you know what? Who cares? You know, we
Yeah.
haven't had Pantera songs being played live for 20 years, and now they're being played live. It reaches a totally different audience. And of course, Lamb of God, Art Cruz, and obviously the drummer that was there before him, his name escapes me. Anyway, you know, he set the standard. And Lamb of God has always been at the forefront of the extreme metal. And they were just absolutely, the production, the sound, everything. It was just probably one of the best shows I've ever been to.
Nice. Nice. If you could perform anywhere, where would it be?
The Orion.
Nice. Nice. I can respect that. I can respect that.
If I could play anywhere, where would it be?
I tell you where I'd want to play.
Where?
So I thought it'd be fun to play at a festival, and the last festival I went to was Mayhem Festival, and that was in Atlanta, Georgia in 2012. I think it was 2012, but I don't think they do Mayhem Festival anymore.
Yeah.
But that's where I've always wanted to play something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Something in that kind of along that same vein for me would probably be a goal, some kind of festival.
They're doing one
Um,
next year here in Huntsville,
I
mid
know.
2024.
I saw that just a couple weeks ago. I
Mm-hmm.
saw that when the mayor was talking about that. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're trying to bring it back,
I
but they've
can't
got.
wait to see if it actually gets confirmed.
Well,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was saying. They got some. I don't remember who it is.
It's the
They're in
guys that
charge
did
of doing.
Bonnaroo.
Yeah, Bonnaroo and Lollapalooza and this and that and the other. And of course, I made the statement on Facebook when they first mentioned that. I was like, "Oh, that's just going to be great. There's going to be a whole bunch of bands here that suck, and they're going to charge $20 per beer." And I was like, "That's not a festival I want to go to." But I will say this. I know I mentioned the Orion. I would love to play Red Rocks. I mean, that venue alone is so historical,
You talking about
and the
Sand Mountain?
sound. No, Red Rocks out in oh my God, is it Arizona or Colorado?
I
I'll
mean,
have to look it up.
it sounds like Arizona if
It
that's the
does.
name of it. Yeah.
Let me look it up because I honestly don't remember. But Red Rocks, everybody, Joe Bonamassa, um, everybody that's ever played there has just absolutely said it is. Yeah, here we go. Red Rocks Park Amphitheater. Well, this says Denver.
Okay. It's
Oh,
Colorado. It's still in the desert, but it's just really high
Oh
up in
yeah,
air.
yeah,
yeah.
Red Rocks Amphitheater. It says
Mm-hmm.
Morrison, Colorado.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, everybody that's ever played there is just they just love it there. So I'd like to play Red Rocks.
Awesome. So tell me about Deep Country. What inspired you to write it? What does it mean to you? How does it make you feel when you hear it?
Um. So for me, when I was writing the lyrics for Deep Country, I closed my eyes and I thought about growing up, growing up in the country, in a small town, uh, and then having that small town feel with the small town people. And then when I got old enough, I moved out of my small town and I moved into Huntsville, which to me was a big city. It's a whole lot bigger than Fayetteville. Um, and you kind of get all wrapped up in the corporateness of America and the 9 to 5 and all that stuff. And deep country is just about taking it back to the roots. Taking off and driving back down that country road and remembering where you come from.
Nice, nice. All right, let's give it a listen.
Just a double bag, a tank of gas, and Johnny Cash, and memories of the life I had. I'm satisfied, I'm living right. I got to smile while I drive out of town tonight. My coffee cup needs a filler up, but my pickup truck wants to kick up dust. I'm miles away from the interstate for a couple days. I'm gonna have it made. Come on now. Deep country's where I wanna be. Backwoods Caroline, the hills of Tennessee. Yeah, deep country. Alabama, Louisiana, it's all home to me. I traded cars and city lights for the stars and fireflies. Hear the whippoorwill in the field, I get the chills when she lullabies. Behind the hay bales, I see the whitetails jostling Raisin Hill, having a good time. The honeysuckles ripe, got me a campfire. Few mosquito bites, but it's alright. Deep country's where I wanna be. Backwoods Caroline, the hills of Tennessee. Yeah, deep country. Alabama, Louisiana, it's all home to me. Ain't nothing better than a quiet night on a riverbank in the Georgia pines. All this country girl needs some Mississippi. Kentucky skies are blue and the grass is too. It's all home to me. Deep country's where I wanna be. Backwoods Caroline, the hills of Tennessee. Yeah, deep country. Alabama, Louisiana, it's all home to me.
Nice.
Thank you.
Whew. Gives me chills. A little bit
I
of
know, me
tear
too.
too.
I like it.
Good song.
Awesome.
Thank
All right, so we got a couple more questions, and we're gonna wrap it up. What made you guys want to sign up for my event?
Uh,
we want we want people to hear Drunken Memphis. We want I think that we have something um I guess everybody thinks they're new and fresh and have a unique sound and whatever, and we're no different. We think we do too. And I don't know, we just want people to hear us and give us
Awesome.
a chance and uh, see what we're all about.
Awesome sauce. Do you have any current projects that you want to tell everybody about?
Well, we actually have another album that's in the works. We have lots of other material that when we started this project, we actually started with a whole bunch of things in our back pocket already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We had a bunch of riffs, we had a bunch of lyrical ideas, and then the more we started talking about what our plan was, putting the album together, the more we got together, and the more the more riffs came out of it, and the more song ideas, and so we've got a library of stuff, and when we were deciding on the track listing for the good stuff, it actually took us a while to come up with which ones do we really want to feature on this first album, and which ones do we want to save for the next one. So I would say that's our next big project,
Nice,
that and
nice,
then putting together some live shows.
nice.
so we
So,
tried our best to take the 5 songs that we have on this EP. Those 5 songs, in our personal opinion, it gives probably the best snapshot of our band and where we want to go musically. And a
nice.
friend of ours told us one time, Ben Luthi, he listened to our song while he was in the studio, and after we finished the song, he goes, "Oh my gosh!" He goes, "That's Shania Twain meets Evanescence," and we were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to use that," because to us that's a perfect representation because of Holly's vocal style, and then of course our music that we're putting behind it and the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
lyrics. I mean, it was perfect. So yes, just like Holly said, it was tough to try to figure out what songs to put out first,
Mm-hmm.
but we feel like collectively that these 5 songs give you the perfect snapshot of exactly where we're going and the music that we want to write.
Awesome sauce. You guys have any last shout outs? Anybody you want to thank?
I want to thank that little lady that's sitting to the left of Billy right now that we can't see, his sweet little wife Paige, who
Hello.
is our biggest fan, our biggest supporter. She is always there to help us do stuff. She even named our for the first album. She's awesome. And my in-laws are pretty great too. They support us every time we come out and play, and uh, I could go through a list, but we'll stop there.
Awesome sauce. Well, it's been great chatting with you guys. I am looking forward to everything that you are going to be doing in the future. And we're going to keep in touch and see if we can work out some things to get you guys back on the stage for us. Okay?
Hey, thanks, man. We
All right,
appreciate
thank
you.
you
It's
so
no
much.
problem. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
You too.